Gates are back. A great start to
Magic out, Recipe Palladium, Malunga Magic beats the...
It's Tambo's Heart though. Tambo's Heart in front. He's got plenty of heart, Tambo's. And Tambo's Heart goes on to win. Hot Shot Harry will get second.
Well, welcome everyone to On the Bit Racing Australia, and of course we've had a massive week 7 of the Country Series special. Of course, 3 meetings. We had 2 on Melbourne Cup Day. We had the revised meeting at Goondiwindi that went to Chinchilla last Saturday. Joining me, Scotty Power. You've been busy looking at the replays. I have too. Gee whiz, what a 7 days it was.
Yes, there was some good racing too, Charger. Yeah, good evening to you and good evening, everyone. The Country Series, it's absolutely brilliant to consider. We've got 13 participants now, so, and then we're down to 14 and 15 this weekend. So yeah, no, the racing on Melbourne Cup Day, 2 good meetings. The Charleville meeting, as we've seen, Muron win again, the heat of the Country Stampede for Bevan Johnson, and Dakota Graham defeated Drayman, who now gets a run because Muron already won a heat at Blackwall earlier. So the second horse was Drayman, David Rewall. So they now get a run. And then, of course, we see My Cousin Bossy take out the Country Cup heat. Very, very easy win to My Cousin Bossy, trained by John Patterson and ridden by Ross Tilley, the father of Bubba Tilley. And, you know, it's 20 years to the day, I got told, from when he rode the last Charleville Cup winner. So absolutely tremendous day for Ross, and great to see him back riding. And, yeah, all credit to the winners on Melbourne Cup Day out there at Charleville.
Yeah, and of course he'd be keen to take on the young fella Les, no doubt, in the not too distant future. So looking forward to that battle. And of course that took us to Cumbria on Melbourne Cup Day. And I tell you what, hats off to everyone concerned, because how good did Cumbria look? Looking at the replays there, it was lush, it was green, the track raced beautiful, and it was a good meeting. Old Tommy Maloney, 2 to 4, the old Downs mentor. He's done a sterling job with Diggity, who bolted in the Stampede for Isabella Tay. Just really nothing got within QE of Diggity, just bolted away. And he's just a master trainer, isn't he, Tom Maloney? He's been around for a long time, and just continues to churn out winners. And, you know, whether they be 2-year-olds or older horses, he knows how to find a winner, Tom. And well done to him qualifying Diggity for the Stampede out of Cumbria on Melbourne Cup Day. And of course, the Country Cups Challenge heat was won by Rather Salubrious for our good mate Dave Reynolds. And of course, he had first and third in the race too, Dave. So with Red Devil running third, but it was a very good win, Rather Salubrious. Of course, Leanne McCoy, she pulled the right rein, picked the right stable runner to go with, and just too good from Rather Salubrious. So it'll be good to see him qualify and get to the final there at Doomben, because he's been a big supporter of these series races, as Dave Reynolds, and a good win there at Cumbria. And Scotty, that then took us to Chinchilla, which was the revised meeting from Goondiwindi, and a couple of really good races out there. I'll get your thoughts and give you, a few bob of my own, but what's your thoughts out of Chinchilla?
Yeah, I thought, of course, we've seen the backing up of a couple of horses from Melbourne Cup Day. I thought it was a very, very good day's racing, and congratulations to the club. I know they had a good crowd in attendance, so pre-sold tickets. They had a big, big crowd in attendance and some good racing, all right. And we've seen the Guerin stable team up and they won with Tapa in the Stampede heat. And then we've seen a brilliant ride by Paul Hamblin on Hanover Square for Leonard Morn, who backed up from Tuesday. And we thought that'd suit Hanover Square. And I've seen the replay, and Paul Hamblin just stuck to the inside. Brought it with a well-timed run. He was back early. He was back last early, Hanover Square, but really appreciate that longer trip. It got beat a fair way on Melbourne Cup Day by My Cousin Bossy. As we know, out there on that Charleville track, you sort of, if you're back in behind the dirt and they get out and go, it's pretty hard to run down. But, Hanover Square got the money in the cup. But, we got one each charging out of the Chinchilla meeting, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, we toiled away, and it was a great meeting. It was good to see Tapper for the Guerins, all the family involved there, mum, dad, and of course young fella Corey, and just sustained speed there by Tapper to qualify for the Stampede. And you're 100% right. I want to mention Paul Hamblin, because that was a D Beedman on superimpose on Hanover Square, wasn't it? They parted, he just stuck to the inside. He was just picking them off as he went, and it was just an absolute perler. And geez, a good rider, Paul Hamblin. if he didn't have weight troubles, I'll tell you what, he would be anything. I know he had a crack at the hurdles down south. He's been a rider around the southeast corner for a long time, and that was an absolute pearler on Hanover Square. So good to see him qualify, Scotty.
Yeah, no, absolutely great. And he's so strong for at the end of the races. When he starts to ride him out that last bit, you can see, the strengthening. And, as you said, only for COVID-19, he would have been still riding at the hurdles this year, and the big days down at Warrnambool and also over at Oakbank on the Easter weekend. But we're very privileged to have him riding in the country areas, and I do see him go, and he takes the odd ride down in the provincials down there in Brisbane as well. But he's a well sought after rider if you've got a bit of weight on your horses, Paulie Hamblin.
Yeah, he is too. And look, let's have a look at where the status sits at the moment. Of course, we've had about the 7 rounds. We've had a number of meetings, double up meetings that we've had. The first weekend there was 4 on the one weekend. It was huge. I know you and I just poured over the form, and I don't know if we picked the winner between us, but we won't go there because that was ages ago. So having a look at who's qualified for the Stampede at the moment for Doomben on the 5th of December. Absolute bonza for Kevin Miller, District, Johnny Manzelman, Media Vita, Toddy Austin, Wicked Wiki, Tanya Parry, Zukaz for Henry, or Boyd Forster as we call him, Muron for Bevan Johnson, Tambo's Heart, Janelle Ryan, Hard Stride, Jason Judge, Malongal Magic, Benny Williams, Raiden, Johnny Manzelman. I think he's the only trainer with 2 there. Drayman by the qualifying there with David Rewald. Good to see Dave get one there. Diggity for Tom Maloney and Tapper, who we mentioned. So, Scotty, there's 13 already locked and loaded, ready for Doomben. Have you got a standout at this stage?
It's sort of hard to Muron obviously winning 2 heats has got to be up there with the big chances. But I wouldn't underestimate Raiden. Johnny Manzelman's done a good job with Raiden to keep him up and freshen up. And I think if he keeps him at his best, he's going to be pretty hard to beat Raiden. Particularly on that track at Doomben on December the 5th. But, we've still got a couple of heats to go. And then you've also got Hard Stride. We mentioned about Hard Stride's form before going to Gympie, where it won very easily that day, finishing behind Zeus Style and Just Dawn before those races. So you can't underestimate the old-timer Hard Stride either, Chargy. But, I'm just looking forward to that. As we got this weekend coming, and then Roma Cup next weekend to wind it all up, and then we'll have our fields of 16. But, just looking at that, I think Raiden, but then you've also got old Tambo's Heart, who's been racing in good form up in the north as well.
Yeah, it's shaping as a really good race, and we've got Emerald coming up, as you say, Roma, and it's not over and done with yet. So let's keep our powder dry and wait and see what happens over the next week or so. But that takes us to the Country Cups Challenge, who's qualified at the moment, and I tell you what, have a listen to this field. Galapagos, Rodney Hay, Valente, Ray Herman, Fluidity, Johnny Barr, Deadly Choices, Damien Finter. Wasn't he good carrying the big weight at Townsville? Didn't quite get there, but a good run. Eshiel, Toddy Austin, Joshy Fleming, Splits, Matt Crop, Mercuro, Charlie Davila, a stayer on the way up. Richford for Jackie Crompton, Lay Drama, Georgie Holt, Regal Reese, Chris Attard, My Cousin Bossy, John Patterson. We've got Rather Salubrious for David Reynolds, and Hanover Square for Leonard Moore. And so there you go, Scotty. Right on the spot. Pick one out at the moment.
Mate, there's a few I've got in mind. Obviously, Valente, Deadly Choices. Gee, I was pleased with Deadly Choices run Tuesday. As you mentioned, the 66.5 kilos, beaten less than the length. And I'm guessing that'll be his last run now going into the final on December the 5th. And then, of course, Valente, who was accepted for the race but didn't start. So I just hope everything is A-OK with the Valente camp. Eshiel, as you know, I caught up with Josh last week on my way back home, and I have been told since that possibly Brad Stewart could be riding Eshiel due to the fact that Dan will obviously stick with Deadly Choices. And then you've got Hanover Square, of course, who won the Battle of the Bush last year, has now qualified for the Country Cup. But I just can't split them at the moment. If anything, I'll stick with Deadly Choices, mate.
Yeah, gee, it was great to see. He had to pick up and try and sprint against some very good horses with 66.5 kilos, and he wasn't beaten too far. So, and catching up with Dan Ballard, a nice little in Queen to head to Doomben. So I look forward to what a race it's going to be, Scotty. And well, that's where we're at the moment. Of course, we're here to have a look at Emerald, which is coming up tomorrow. Can't wait for that. We might take a break on a bit Racing Australia, come back and see if we go toe-to-toe and find a winner at Emerald, Scotty.
On the Bit is proudly supported by Manuplex, creating a more productive future for Australian mining.
We do it all. 1-800-4-PLUMBER. Plumber to your door. Bathroom, kitchens, renovations, roof repairs and installations with clear communications. Plumber to your door. 24/7 we'll be right there. Emergency service on repair. For water and gas we do it all. Just call for plumber to your door. 1-800-4-PLUMBER. Plumber to your door.
Welcome back, everyone, to our look at Emerald coming up this week. Scotty, I know you're soothing the larynx. You're getting everything ready to go because you're on your home deck at Emerald on Friday. I can't wait to get down there. I've been itching at the bit to get in the car. And what a stampede field we've assembled there at Emerald. Zoo Kaz is there, Cyclone Fugitive, Fully Maxed, Frugal, Mono Lad, Awanichi, Wicked Express, Shigeru Mahogany, Billy the Kid, Palladian, Haylers Tarry. Gee whiz. I might just copy a few. What do you think?
I'll tell you what, when I seen the field, I thought to myself, there's probably about 7 genuine chances in the actual race, and a lot of it depends on barrier draws. And I thought Frugal was a chance. It's drawn 15. It could be still a big chance from out there. Then you've got Mono Lad, who just loves his track. He's fresh. Also Cyclone Fugitive, new to the Raymond Williams stables. Now Raymond's got 3 in the race now because Haylers Tarry gets a start because Genderbean is an early scratching. So Haylers Tarry gets drawn wide, but then you've got Shigeru Mahogany, who drawn barrier 1 with Dan McGilvray in the saddle. Now I know it finished down the track at Yeppoon last start, but it was in front when they came to the 200. And I talked to Raymond, he said possibly he hit a wet patch, Shigeru Mahogany, and that sort of put him out of business straight away. But I wouldn't write him off on the local track, drawn barrier 1. But there's one there I'm zoning in on now, Chargy, trained by Ross Meek, Awanichi, formerly trained down in the Toowoomba area, raced in Brisbane with success, raced by Mickey Calvert. Martin Haley takes the ride, and I've been very impressed with these 2 runs back from a spell, Awanichi. In particular, its last run in Rockhampton, finished 6th behind Shea Black, beaten 2.6. I think with the speed on, it'll get a run just behind the speed, and Awanichi is the one I'm looking at now to win the Stampede Heat.
Well, I can tell the enthusiasm in the voice, and I'll tell you what, this takes us to the Country Cups Challenge at Emerald. And I remember Johnny Tapp having to call a race in Sydney where his horse won, and he did not miss a beat. What are you going to do if Lay Dude looms up?
Well, the funny part about it, Chargy, I'm a part owner of Lee Dude, and I've also got a share in Fastnet Flyer. So, it's great to be, involved with racing and to actually be part ownership in the horses, never alone just calling them. But, my passion is calling, and I'll just stick to my guns and call the race as I see it, mate. Naturally, if one of those do look like they're going to win, I'll get a little excited, mate, but I try not to let the occasion get too much to you because you've got the punters there that are watching. They want to hear the race, and it is good, mate. If one of yours can actually hit the front when you are calling, but I just think it's a tough race. You got Twin Spear, who's come off a good run in Brisbane last start. Rock solid in condition, trained by Raymond Williams, and Hannah Richardson takes the ride. Ledoux was a good second to Regal Reese at Yeppoon, and and just down in weight now, down to the 56.5 kilos. Ali Smith takes the ride again. Regal Reese is 55 kilos, so there's a bit of a pull on the weights from when they previously met, and Regal Reese got to in the last bit. Cody Collis takes the ride there, but Fastnet Flyer, if he was anywhere near his best, I'd suggest he's going to be hard to beat, but he's just that older horse now. He's just lost that little bit of zest. Mind you, I'd like to see him bounce to the front at about the 100, but I don't think that can happen. He's at that stage now, the old boy, but he's gave us a great thrill. Geno Perlo, one of the Central Western gallopers, has been racing in good form, but there's one here I like, Pro Am, trained by Tracy Simmons. Sonia Wiseman takes the ride. Finished third in that race behind Regal Reese and Ladude. Likes these longer distances, has raced well at the track before, and I think it can win the Country Cup qualifier at Emerald tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot you had a little interest in Fastnet Flyer. Of course, he's taken you up and down the coast to every cup there is. So, gee, I'm looking forward to that, and can't wait for the call. And now I guess we're going to put me on the spot, Scotty.
Yeah, Chargy. Obviously, it's great. Going to be great to have you down there, mate, for the meeting tomorrow down there at Emerald. The 6-event card. We've got a later start, so might be able to catch up and have a coffee and look over the fields and try and pick a few, mate, between us. But the Country Stampede qualifier, we'll take a look at it first. It's actually the final bet on the card. It'll go at 4 minutes after 5. And as you said, we've got a capacity field. It will be a full field of 12. There is one early scratching. Genderbean comes out number 11, mate. How do you see them? Yeah, look,
as you say, there's horses in there. Nietzsche's a good metro performer, isn't he? Zukaz is in good form. Cyclone Fugitive, a very good horse when he's fresh and right. Frugal, the gate, concerned me a lot. Shigiri Mahogany or Bounce. Billy the Kid's a group placed horse. So he's starting to find his way back, but he's got a horrible draw as well. I wanted to hone in on Wicked Express, Scotty. I just thought coming back to the turf track, I know he's had the dirt tracks his recent runs, but I go back to his run at Barcaldine 5 back. He bolted in there on the grass. And of course, he was formerly with Tommy Button. He's now with Toddy Austin, and I just think getting a bit of a grass track, and of course you've had a few showers of rain down there around the central Queensland parts, and I just think that might bring the best out of that track, and a horse like a Wicked Express could show his real good form. So I'm going to say Wicked Express.
Yeah, fairly consistent galloper too. Wicked Express has raced good in the heats previously out there in the Central West, and Bear back in the grass, as you said, mate. Great chance also. Now also the other feature being the Country Cup qualifier, mate. As you said, a good field of 10 and, good quality field, some genuine staying types here, and it's a pretty tough one. And what do you like here, mate?
Yeah, John, I wanted to tip your horse Ladude. I just thought he was building nicely in the preparation, and he's a metro performer, and I think he's going to be very hard to beat. Old Fastnet Flyer, he's a bit like you and I. He's probably past his prime, but look, he'll be there. I wouldn't be surprised to see him run a race. Regal Reese, horse that's always promised plenty, starting to find real good form. Addicted, a 3-time track winner for the Queen of Emerald, Glenda Bell. And as you say, Twin Spire was very good, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to say Pro Am. I'm with you. Scotty will double up the bet. This horse was going really well last preparation, and it gets back and attacks the line hard. And I saw some merit in that run at Yeppoon last start, was really finding the line well. Goes to the 1600 now, 4th run back, and I think he's ready to really shine for Tracy Simmons. So Sonia Wiseman in the saddle. She rides Emerald well. The horse has won a couple at Emerald as well. So, that's all pointing to a big run for Pro Am. So double up the confidence. You're on, I'm on. Just hopefully we don't stop it.
Yeah, just hopefully Trace, we haven't put the mocker on by both tipping it. But I think you're right, Chargy. The form line's very good, and I think Pro Am is on the way up, mate. It's only had a few runs back from the spell, and I think they're zoning in to try and qualify and take it down for the big one on December the 5th. Mate, also we've got the meeting at Cairns. We'll do a quick show again for Friday night for the Sunday meeting, but we'll be all prepared for tomorrow. It should be a great day down there, and mate, congratulations on being involved with the big day up there with the On the Bit Racing Australia launch up there at Townsville on Tuesday, and I believe it was a tremendous day up there.
Yeah, that a good crowd there, and really looking forward to getting the teeth into the new website. It looks great, and blokes like Tony Wode, who we all respect. T Wode, he's a very good form student. He loved the concept of the website because he's not real good at technology, a bit like you and I, T Wode, and he has trouble with Facebook, and I think he calls it Bookface still, but so he's looking forward. The website looks so good to use and be able to have a look at the replays and have a look at what's going on at all the tracks. And yeah, they've done an outstanding job. Can't wait to really get the teeth into that new On The Bit Racing Australia website. And hopefully it helps us find a few more winners, Scotty.
Oh, hopefully, mate. And once again, mate, great to be a part of the Country Series specials with you, mate, on The Bit Racing Australia. And hopefully, we can try and steer a few into a couple of winners, mate.
Fingers crossed. I like the sound of a drink so we can dissect the form. I was just hoping it might be in the way of a brown lager or a 4X Gold or something like that. So we'll see how we go. But can't wait to get to Emerald to catch up with everyone down there, and looking forward to this meeting Friday. And, of course, as you say, Sunday at Cairns, we'll have a look at that meeting coming up, and that's a bit of a snapshot of what we got. So the quick rundown, double up Pro-Am, and have a little bit each way on the Stampede qualifiers. Scotty, thanks, mate.
Hey, thanks, Chargy. Good evening, everyone.